I feel like Saturn is greeting me today with a lady called Tita. I met her on the subway. I was on my way to Cafe 23 and she asked, which way is south? She sat with me on the train also. She gave me sweets. She told me that our lives, my life, is borrowed. That we are here to give our gifts to God as an offering, and that we can make our lives here, heaven, based on how we see, how we give, how we play. Tita plays instruments, many, and she played them at a church for 20 years until she decided enough was enough with how she was treated, and she left, and others followed as well. She didn't say this, but it's because she's a quiet leader that others followed her pursuit. I feel Mercury and Saturn connections make quiet leaders. Maybe thought leaders. Saturn makes things, thoughts, my ideas, more somber, more sobering. Saturn makes my contemplations quiet, lasting. They plod along gently until one day the core, the essence, sits. Tita uses her hands, Mercury, to play instruments, Libra. She's been a leader, Saturn, a self-directed leader, Aries. By focusing on playing from her heart, she says a heart that is full of peace, joy, and love is good. It's a good heart. And people cry when she sings and when she plays her instruments because she is playing from her heart. I cried as we talked. Surely and consistently, the words that I speak to people may not affect them, but over time, they affect me. Saturn creates delays in my communication, delays for the sake of good. I think in speaking words, I am fortifying myself for later, for the future. The words become a continuous storehouse, a bank of knowledge being fortified with every effort to think, to consider. I'm happy that I met Tita. Tita offered me sweets a few minutes into our conversation on the platform, and she gave me 2 more just before exiting the train. There were thoughts about Capricorn and its strength that came from braiding sweetgrass. I'm reading Braiding Sweetgrass. I'm thinking now that these were meditations on my Saturn in Aries placement in disguise. I also have Mercury in Libra. Things must be used. I thought to use was bad, but to use is Saturn. Saturn rules the sign of Capricorn. Saturn is one who can feel they're lacking when not feeling themselves. When in low self-esteem, Capricorn wants to be of use and be used. A time capsule, protected. It holds artifacts of the past, precious memories to be used by those in the future who wish to connect with home. With their home, with the mysteries of the past. In this way, Capricorn is useful. It treasures what's found and stores and puts away the treasures for the future. treasures of the future. Without its detachment, we couldn't have June cherries in the winter by way of canning. Capricorn packages, it wraps, it holds dear our future, what will become our future, what we will hold in the future, our seeds for the future. Capricorn becomes Cancer, and Cancer becomes our holders of the future. Children become elders. Capricorn is valuable. Capricorn is motherly too. This makes me think about a class that Adam Ellenboss, an astrologer, recently gave, where he speaks about the hidden mysteries, or rather the hidden mysterious bond or partnership between Mercury and Saturn. This makes me think about how Saturn, Mercury, they're our teachers. Who makes the best teacher? Mercury has to do with study. Who makes the best teacher? One who has learned, imbibed, one who has grasped concepts and put them into practice, one who has grown wise through their experience. And experience is a very practical thing. That's Mercury. Mercury is all about learning skills and applying them. It feels like maybe like the lessons of Saturn are grounded in Mercury, in being a student, in practice. And practice, Mercury, over a long period of time, Saturn, Capricorn. Saturn is a holder of knowledge of the self, Aries, for the future. In this way, a capsule. I am a capsule. I am a time capsule for my own future, Aries, and for others' futures through the teaching and guidance that Saturn brings. In my case, with Saturn aspecting Mercury, I feel it's through writing, it's through communication, it's through words. These teachings and guidance that Saturn brings. I interact with these teachings and guidance through words. I believe everyone is a time capsule in this way. As Saturn in Aries, I am a steward of knowledge of the self. Who am I? Awareness, self-growth, personal revelations. As Saturn in Taurus, I am a steward of the knowledge of growth. I am a time capsule for the knowledge of growth, for the knowledge of personal resources, of things that bring a sense of value and appreciation into my life. I am a steward of stability, nature, house, and home, through the moon's exaltation. I watch things grow and water them generously through tender, grounded affection. I value the rhythms of the body, honor my body, an impenetrable fortress. I contain my emotions in the solid earth of my bones and luxuriate through this, the earth's fortunes. As Saturn in Gemini, I am a steward of the knowledge of stories and storytelling. I am flexible. I appreciate the lessons that I learn through trial and error. I learn through flipping the faces of fate and fortune. I learn through stories and through the young. I take in the knowledge of many things, new and budding. I see truth in one way and see that it exists in the very opposite way too. As Saturn in Cancer, I am a steward of memories, cherished, my experiences moist and tender. I am a steward of emotions and emotional power, the power of mothers, of home, of country, of nation. I am receptive. I see the world from the lens of experience and the imprints they have left on me. I am the protector, the overseer, the watcher on the wall. I learn through experiences of house and home. As Saturn in Leo, I am the steward of lightness and love. I am the enduring creative spirit, the protector of my forever child. I build structures around my creativity. I lead with my heart. I build routines around my inspirations. I listen with my heart. I am governed and ruled through my heart. I feel my heart. I feed my inner child with love, the love that I need. I am eager to put myself back onto the path when I lose sight of my integrity. As Saturn in Virgo, I am the steward of resources and presence. I am a steward of service. Sewn into my practice is my serviceable attitude. I appreciate different ways of doing and seeing. My resolve is renewed, and my routines are soaked in the steadiness of gratitude, of a grateful heart. I am relentless in my patience. As Saturn in Libra, I am a steward of the people and the knowledge of relationships. I am serviceable and honor. I am serviceable and honorable. I honor right relationships. I bask in the fruits of what is earned, of what is. I work with what is present in my life. I advocate, I stand up for, and I respect truth and justice. I act on what is foundational and right, and in divine right timing. I learn that I honor relationships with all people on the basis of the foundational spirit of values which rule us all. Law is love. The spirit of the law holds true above all else. As Saturn in Scorpio, I am a steward of the knowledge of protection. I am a steward of the knowledge of what is hidden. I am the steward of the knowledge of protection in advance. I am the steward of the power of the self, of what is buried, secret, and deep. For the sake of honesty, purity, and clarity, I learn my lessons harsh through experiences which challenge my security, my bounds, and which break open my relationships. Experiences which shape my security. As Saturn in Sagittarius, I am a steward of the knowledge of the self, of life, and of the organic, instinctual nature of experiences which connect us to something bigger, to my potential, to that which builds us, that which grows us, and separates us from personal culture, personal etiquette, and dominant ways of living. I learn my lessons through expansion into new territory and the personal experiences that come from exploring what lives outside the bounds. As Saturn in Capricorn, I am the steward of the knowledge of maturity. Long climbs, truths which are hard to practice, truths which are hard to hold, ideals which are hard to imbibe and make my own. I am learning to be light. As I build long-lasting security for my home. I am boundaried, I am bordered, I am structured, I am ordered. And I find freedom and respect by protecting the treasures that will be our future, that will be found in our future. As Saturn in Aquarius, I am a steward of knowledge not yet known, trusted, or accepted by the community. I go over and surpass enduring lines of culture and separation. I learn to draw new lines and boundaries, challenging what has been accepted. I learn through community connections and my responsibilities in nurturing those connections with intuitive recognition of what may live beyond. I learn about my unique identity and learn to respect others' perspectives which differ heavily from my own. As Saturn in Pisces, I am a steward of the knowledge of compassion. I am a steward of belonging and reciprocity. I protect the teachings that can be learned from communities isolated, away from society at large. I contemplate mysteries that are hard to come by and hard to grasp. I deal in the illusory and the transient elements of life. I learn to grow out of experiences I may find hard to wrap my mind around. I am lucky. I am fortunate. I am bountiful. I am peaceful. I am unique. I am one who is part of many.